my camera gear in 2025. As you guys can probably guess by the title, this video is going to be about all of my equipment and accessories that I'm going to be using for all my content, both photo and video wise. So I made a video very similar to this one back in 2024 and you guys seem to really enjoy it, so I figured why not just start making this a yearly tradition on the channel. So with that being said, let's just dive right into my camera gear for 2025. First up, we're going to have my main camera rig. This is going to be the Sony a7 Mark III with a Sigma 24-70 2.8 lens, and I have a Sigma MC11 adapter to use this lens because it's a Canon mount, so I use an adapter to use it on my Sony. I use this camera right here for all of my digital photo work. I've had this camera now for over 6 years and I still feel like it does a great job. I use the a7 III body and the Sigma 24-70 lens for like 99% of all of my digital work, whether it's for fun or whether it is a client project. I honestly don't really feel the need to quite upgrade the camera body yet, but I know there have been rumors about Sony possibly bringing out an a7 Mark V. So if that does come out, you know, obviously as a camera nerd like me, I am definitely gonna be looking into that and kind of just gauging to decide whether or not it will be worth it, because honestly, it probably is gonna be pretty pricey. And when I am gonna be using this setup for video work, I do have the PMVND Mist Edition 2 filter on here. This is just an ND and mist filter combined. And the only other lens I have for my Sony is gonna be this Sigma 35mm f1.4. Typically when I'm shooting landscape, I try to use my 24-70 just because I really like that wide angle and having the ability to zoom if I need it. When I'm not using that, I throw on the 35mm right here. With this lens being able to go down to f1.4, you have the chance to get some crazy depth. I use this lens a lot when I am doing work for clients or portraits or things of that nature. I actually used to have the Sigma 24mm as well, but with the 24-70 and the 35, I never really found myself using it. So I sold that, and now the only primes I have is gonna be this 35 right here. And next up, we're gonna have my favorite camera of all time. This is the Olympus Super Zoom 760. This is a 35mm point and shoot film camera. I shoot probably about 95% of all of my 35mm film work on here. And I know it is just a point and shoot, so you guys might be thinking I'm not getting the best and highest quality. And honestly, you might be right, but for the portability and ease of use, I never really find myself wishing I was using like an all manual film camera. So I would definitely see myself using this throughout this next year and the year after that and the year after that. Basically until I just use the thing until it dies. A couple of my favorite features on here are gonna be this zoom lens that is right here. This is a 38-76mm lens, and it also has a built-in flash right here, which is just really great and really just simple to use. This is not taking a picture now. There we go, cool. But yeah, I love using this flash when it's like blue hour or if it's snowing. If you guys follow me on my social media, there is this one photo of the snow falling. I'll throw it in right here. But yeah, I use this for that, and I just turned the flash on and just took it, and it turned out great. And next up, we're gonna have my other 35mm film camera. This is a Minolta SRT 200. So before I got this, I actually used to have a Minolta SRT 100, and that one ended up breaking. The lock on the back for the back door here just broke, so I couldn't close it all the way, so I couldn't use it, obviously, because the film gets light on it, it'll mess up the film, blah, blah, blah. You guys know that. But yeah, I got this thing at a thrift store for about 20 bucks, and one of my favorite things about it is this custom wrap that is on it. I don't use manual film cameras super often because typically I just bring the point and shoot along with me, because typically I am also shooting digital as well. So I don't really want to have another camera where I have to manually change everything. I just like being able to use a point and shoot and just take quick snaps with it. But when I do want to get a little more technical, I'll bring this thing out, and it is great to have full control over your image. And honestly, I have only sent a few rolls to this thing, but when I pair this with my 28mm f2.8 lens for this camera, the images have seemed to turn out super sharp. So I will definitely be using this more this year and putting it to the test, and maybe I'll make an entire separate video on it. And next up, we have the newest addition to my kit, the Lumix S9. The S9 is actually what I'm filming this on right now, so obviously I can't record on it and show you guys. So I'll just take a picture and show you. But the S9 is a compact digital camera that came out in 2024. And the lens that I have on there right now is gonna be the Lumix 20-60. I'm not gonna get super in depth on the S9 because my latest video was actually an entire video on that. So if you do wanna find out more about that after you're done watching this, just go ahead and click on that video, and that will kind of break down all the things I do and don't like about the S9. So that is all of the actual cameras and lenses I own. So now let's dive into some accessories that I think just making being a photographer, videographer, and content creator all easier. So next up, we just have a super basic Joby GorillaPod. This does have nice flexible legs, so if you do want to mount to something, it makes it a lot easier instead of opposed to having those big stiff legs like a typical tripod. And it also does have a nice ball head on top right here. So you can really get your, camera set at any angle that you'd like. I don't actually use this a ton, but it is nice to use when you know you're gonna be on the move a lot and you still do want to record those vlog type videos. It's nice because when you're on the go, you can just, mount your camera on top of here, obviously, and then just put it out in front of you like this, and it just provides a nice grip and a nice sturdy foundation for your hand, so it doesn't feel like you're gonna drop your camera while you're recording. Next up, we're just gonna have a Rode shotgun mic that you can just mount on top of your camera using the cold shoe and just plug in right there. I don't actually use this a ton either because on a lot of my videos, such as these YouTube videos or Reels, I'm just making some sort of talking head type style of video. So also on the lav mic here, but this is gonna be good for when you're in a big group and there's gonna be multiple people possibly talking and you just want to have better audio than your camera's internal mic. All right, and next up, we're gonna have the Godox V863S external flash. As you guys know, my content is typically travel and outdoor focused. So you guys might be wondering, Alex, why do you even have a flash? And I say that's a great question. When I got this, I actually got it specifically for a job I had, but since then I have had the opportunity to use it kind of just for my own fun and personal use. And this thing honestly exceeds my expectations every single time I use it. One of my personal goals for my content this year is to kind of bridge the gap between traditional portraiture type work and landscapes and kind of merging them into a fun, cool, I guess, busy style, and I see myself using this a lot for those instances. All right, and last but not least, we have portable hard drives. So these are all from Lacey, and these two are 4 terabytes, and this one is 2 terabytes. If you've been creating any type of content for an extended period of time, you know how much storage it takes up. That's where these come in handy. When I get home from a shoot, I instantly offload everything from a camera and upload it straight onto here, and just makes storing and organizing all of my files so much easier. I honestly think 35 is gonna be the perfect middle ground between a more wider angle and a more zoomed in look. So that is gonna be my primary equipment I'm gonna be using here in 2025. If you guys wanna see the entire list of all my camera equipment, office equipment, and some of my favorite apps that I use like Lightroom, Photoshop, Shopify, all that kind of stuff, I will actually throw a list down below in the link so you can find that. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do enjoy this type of content, it would mean a lot to me if you could subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna be focusing a lot more on YouTube in 2025, and my goal is to hit 30 videos for this year. So yeah, we are 1 out of 30, and I hope to see you guys in the next 29. Peace.